And in keeping with a lifelong fascination with movement, Tanya has been moving for most of her professional life. For over 20 years as a professional dancer, and most recently as a certified Pilates instructor. For the past 24 years, she has been studying and teaching Raj Yoga meditation, which has greatly influenced and inspired her unique approach to movement. If you've come to retreats in the past, you would have seen her dance, sometimes with her sister, Judy Rich. Today she's going solo, so I hope you enjoy. Tanya.
Voilà. Voilà, parce que je viens de Montréal. I come from Montreal, so you get a little French at the same time. So lovely to see so many of you here today. And I'm hoping that you're all here because you're very interested in breathing. I love breathing. I've been breathing my entire life, and I love it. I hope you love it as much as I do. Yes. Do you think breathing's important? Yeah. Exactly. Fantastic. So, as a movement enthusiast, I've been moving this body my entire life. I'm fascinated by breathing. I'm fascinated by all kinds of movement, but lately I've really been focusing on breathing. Why? Because and yes, you heard, I teach Pilates, I practice it. But what I've been seeing in the past few years, and really my focus is more on movement re-education, is that there has been a big decline in the quality of our breathing. It's nobody's fault, not bad, but stress is increasing. Yeah, everybody's stress is increasing. I have clients that will sometimes come in, and the stress is so great that they're showing symptoms of asthma. Yeah. So is the body stressed? And this is the thing, the question that was asked, the question that's asked for this talk is, are you breathing? Yes. If that was not the case, we would have a serious situation on our hands. But we're not going to be calling 911 because everybody in this room is breathing. So congratulations. Now, we could also ask, how are you breathing? How is the quality of that breathing? Because yes, every body is breathing, but what I was sharing is that I've seen this decline. And so I started to think about how can I easily help people to increase the quality of their breathing, because breathing is important. How do you feel when you're finding it difficult to breathe? Has anyone ever had that experience? Difficult to breathe? Yeah? You leave the window open. So that may be a solution. But how do you feel when you're having trouble breathing? I once woke up when I was about 8 years old, and I thought I've forgotten how to breathe. And I could feel the panic starting to rise. And my mother was lovely, because she didn't say, what are you talking about? Go back to bed. Of course you're breathing. She said, now you inhale and you exhale. Because of course I hadn't forgotten how to breathe or make the body breathe. But that anxiety comes because of the stress. The other factors, so stress is huge. It's probably number one. The other factor is our culture of technology has seriously changed how we manage our bodies. We spend a lot of time like this. We spend a lot of time like this. Yeah. And, in COVID, a lot of people found themselves doing this a lot more. Yeah, in front of a TV, computer screen, watching movies. So they started to say that sitting is the new smoking. Did anyone ever hear that? Sitting is the new smoking, yeah? Sitting isn't bad. But a lot of what happens because our minds are elsewhere, because we've lost the ability to manage our bodies properly, because of things that have shifted due to the stress, due to that culture of technology that has changed our posture, that has created a lot of rigidity in our body, the quality of our breathing has gone way down. Anyone who comes to see me, first thing I look at is what's going on with the breathing. So what we're going to do today is we're going to see how we can maybe increase that quality in everyone here and to see how that might shift the way you experience this body and also how you experience yourselves. Because yes, every body in this room is breathing. But maybe this is a news flash for some of you. You're not your body. So are you breathing? Is the being breathing? And what I have seen, what I've experienced is that that huge relationship, intimate connection between the body and the being means that what's happening in this is starting to affect this and what happens here, and it's this exchange of energy. So, as you're sitting in your chair right now, yes, everybody is breathing. But what I will share, or what I will invite you to explore, is I've been playing with 3 qualities of breathing. And I really like these words that you might have heard sometimes in the Raj Yoga course. Some of you have taken that course. Is those 3 kinds of breathing are the lowest level that I like to call Tamo breathing. Tamo, it comes from Hindi. It means a very, very low quality, lacking in vitality. Yeah, and it doesn't support a healthy, a wellness in the body. It actually creates a stagnant state. Yeah, so a very low grade. So everyone successfully is doing Tamo breathing. Perhaps the next level is happening, which is Rajo. Now, Rajo is more active. It requires a little bit more knowledge, information about how to, for example, align the body, how to place it, so that the body can breathe in its most ideal state. Because there's a huge connection between alignment, the quality of the alignment, and the breathing. Oh, okay, we're going to do a quick shift here. Probably get away with this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just keep going with this. They just kept going with that. So that next level, Rajo level, we have to have information and we have to be a bit more active. So we're going to be doing a little bit of exercise, but very, very gentle. Then the highest level, Sato. And we're going to maybe leave that for a moment so we can discover that together. What is that highest level of breath? So sitting in the chair, body pretty relaxed. Tamo breathing is the breathing that we can do, for example, when we're sleeping. Matter of fact, if you're doing Tamo breathing, you might find yourself sleeping very quickly. Please don't fall asleep on me. So what that looks like, the characteristics are the ribs are pretty tight, still, not a lot of movement in the rib cage. The breath happens from the diaphragm down. The posture can be the back alignment can be quite rounded. And actually the rib cage all the weight of the upper body starts to press down and create compression in the lower back. This can affect, you've got your solar plexus here, you've got your stomach here, you've got your liver here. This can affect the organs, their functioning, the digestion, many, many things in the body. I mean, I've had people show up with very strange conditions. I don't even know what they are. Get the breathing, improve the breathing, and a lot of that clears up. So it's really important. It's not just about giving oxygen to the body. Breathing creates vitality and it creates release. It's a purifying activity, and it's essential for our well-being. Not just the body's, but our well-being, the being. So Let's move to Rajo, because you've got Tamil down really, really well. Excellent. So for Rajo, we want to try and open up the rib cage, because breathing isn't just about sucking air in through the nose or mouth and blowing it out. Breathing is about changes in the volume of the rib cage, meaning the ribs expand and then release. And if there isn't that movement going on, those poor lungs inside can do very little. All they can really rely on is that the diaphragm is going up and down, and just that going down will increase the volume a bit in the rib cage, and then coming back up. We want to try and enhance that. So you're going to start with your feet flat on the ground, toes pointing forward, heels under your knees. Now, everything that you're doing, everything that's happening in this body is happening because of the being. So just the fact that you are present in your body, Tamil breathing is happening. Yeah, very easy, takes no effort. You're going to use your capacity to manage your body to now go to the next level, Rajo breathing. So you're going to have to use your awareness. So right now you're aware your feet are flat on the ground. You can put your hands on your thighs just to start to get that awareness up and running. Then we're going to take the arms, and it's a bit tricky with the chairs you've got, but do your best. You may have to shift your chairs a bit, some of you, because you're really close together, because I'd kind of like to get your arms hanging down behind the armrests there. So can everyone do that? Shift a little bit. So your arms are hanging down. All you're going to do is very slightly just float the arms just slightly out. You can probably move them very little anyway. Then you're going to twist them so that your palms are facing me. And then you're going to start to direct your hands back, letting your rib cage, your chest, your shoulders, everything go back into the back of the chair. Yeah, so now your heart is nice and open. Even that, your lungs are going, hallelujah. They're so happy just to have that extra room. And then relax. Now, as soon as you relax, body kind of returns to its Tamo state. But let's do it again anyway, just to kind of make the lungs happy. Float slightly, twist, hands forward, and open. Wonderful. And start to feel if you can get the movement of the breath up into that chest that's now a little bit more free. It might be tricky because of the tightness that's been there for so long. And then relax. Now, how can we get the body to stay in that open state? We need to activate the muscles that support good posture. So to do that, you're going to bring your feet together. So you're using the power of your awareness to manage this body and feel that your big toes are touching. And you're going to gently squeeze those big toes together. And then you're going to squeeze your ankles together. Yeah, ankles, then your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This could get a little trickier, but hang in there. Again, if anything causes discomfort, just relax, back off a bit. Do not make your body scream. Be nice. Feel that squeeze go all the way up to your hips. Now, we've got our winner here. This may make you start yawning. I love it if I can get the whole room yawning. Let's see what happens. So you're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. You're going to feel muscles start to work in your lower abdomen. Is that happening for anyone? Muscles starting to work. Great. Keep squeezing. Check. Those knees are going to want to come apart. Just gently bring them back. Let's try this again with the arms. So float, twist, and gently bring it back. Keep squeezing, squeezing. Knees, 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 knees. Oh, yeah. They'd like to escape if they can. Good. Anyone seen the Titanic? I'm king of the world. Yeah, you're the king of your inner world. And relax. All right, let's try that again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Big toes, ankles, knees, right up to your hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel the abdomen start to work. Feel that lift in the body. See if you can help it out. Feel the spine getting taller and taller and taller. Start to come away from the back of the chair, sitting up taller and taller and taller. Yeah, can we sit up? And even my feet start to float. My arms twist, And open the chest. Very nice. Everyone feeling the ribs starting to move? It's like you're making your lungs happy, making your body happy. That's going to make you happy. You're doing a good deed. And relax. Great. Now you're going to come away from the back of the chair. And you're just going to put your hands on your thighs for a moment. And you're going to bring your elbows back and open up your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. So you're no longer against the back of the chair, everyone. Come forward, away from the back of the chair. We've all got to let go of those training wheels after a while. Come away from the back of the chair. Sitting up tall, bring your feet, heels under your knees. Sitting up tall, pull the elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the chest. All of this gently, no forcing of the body. Feet are apart now. Yeah, you get a little break from your inner thighs. Excellent. Now, without collapsing, you can feel the arch in your lower back. Keep that arch. We got another winner. Congratulations. I like to get the whole room yawning, but it doesn't always happen. So now just let your hands come forward a bit. Feel your shoulder blades sliding down your back very naturally. And now check where the breath is. Without effort, hopefully it's now in the chest. Even if it's small, just the fact that the ribs are now moving is going to create a much bigger volume change. And you've done all of that. That's how powerful you are. We've gotten to the Raja level. Should we go for the Sato? Yes, let's go for it. Okay, so let's keep sitting forward. Placing the hands on your thighs. Now we're going to have to crank up that awareness because we need to use that awareness now to bring it to yourself. Because right now we've been focusing on this body. We'll start from the body and we'll keep just turning up the dial, empowering that power of awareness. Focusing on the feeling of your hands resting lightly on your thighs. Yeah, just place your palms down on your thighs. Feeling your feet on the ground. Feeling your legs on the seat of the chair. And a little more subtle now, bringing your awareness to the breath and feeling it gently moving in your chest. And just the energy of your awareness sends life, vitality, wherever you direct it. So your awareness, you get the experience of whatever you're focusing on, and whatever you're focusing on gets the gift of the vitality, the energy of your awareness. And so the breath, it's almost as if it's being nourished just by the fact that you're giving it a bit of your time. Let's give some of that time directly to ourselves now. Bring that awareness that you now are completely a master of. Bring it up, 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 up into your head and bring it right forward into where you are experiencing sight, seeing. And it's like you're bringing that awareness right into that gentle organ of the eyes, that delicate organ of the eyes. So you're holding it there so lightly. Who would take their finger and just jab it into their eyeball? You wouldn't do that. So very lightly, you're holding that awareness in your eyes. And then you're bringing that, allowing that awareness being centered in the eyes to naturally center it in that third eye, in the center of the forehead. So that now you're completely centered in that space of yourself, of the consciousness, that point of consciousness that you are. And I want you to just hold this idea that that space has a connection with this space that sustains life in the body, and this space of consciousness that is the very source of that life. And the two are linked and in harmony. So that it's not just the body breathing, but that space of consciousness is alive, is breathing. Is it breathing air? No. Physical, spiritual. Physical, drawing in air, oxygenated air, to give that energy to the body. Spiritual, drawing that spiritual, that pure spiritual energy from the very source, that spiritual dimension beyond this physical one, that space of light. And then that being, that source of pure energy. The feeling of that space of the mind, of the consciousness, gently breathing. That you're so awake and aware, so alive. And feeling the harmony of breath in the mind and in the body. And feeling the body filling with that energy, but also releasing completely any tension. Liberation, energizing. And you are doing it all just by being completely present as that spiritual being. And actively present, not just sitting here passively, I'm a peaceful soul. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm drawing that pure energy into myself and sharing it with my body and out into the world. That's Sato. Easy? Natural? Om Shanti. So I hope you go home, you'll practice, because you are the master. Thank you so much. Can you feel the atmosphere you created? Beautiful. Wonderful.
Tanya, you have a little bit of time if you want to add anything, or if you all want to ask anything, or you just want to sit around and breathe. Wait, because we are live streaming this, so they need to hear your question.
She mentioned about dance. Are you going to show
There may
us
be
a move?
something later in the other room.
Okay, thank you.
Another question over here.
Here?
I hope you're all still breathing. Not just the body, the soul too.
How has your practice of Pilates affected your meditation practice?
Well, yes, I am certified to teach Pilates, but in all honesty, a lot of what I do is really just the fundamentals of movement. And what I think it is that, as a meditator, you're bringing consciousness much more actively, being much more present as that being, as that consciousness, which is directing all of this. What I will share is just bringing your awareness here, just giving yourself a bit of your time and your attention, feeding yourself with your awareness, with your attention, can increase the ability to manage what's happening in your body. I do this with clients all the time. I don't even have to tell them they're focusing on the soul. I just say, bring all of your awareness here, seat yourself in the driver's seat of your body, and now don't just do something and hope it's the right thing. You're hearing the direction, you're directing it to the body, and you're moving with that accuracy, that respect, and it's always more accuracy. I've seen their accuracy increase sometimes like 200%. And it's fascinating because we lose this very easily. So an example is I had a client doing an exercise. It was beautiful. She was self-correcting, everything you want as an instructor to see. She was placing everything, doing it exactly according to the cues. And then suddenly it all went sideways. So I said, "Where are you right now?" She said, "All right, I was on my way home. I'm on the bridge thinking about what I'm going to make for dinner." So it's key to mastering this.
These words come up all day, right? Mastering your thoughts, mastering your mind.
Your emotions.
There's a theme here, right? Anyone else have a question or a thought or anything? Yeah, Manasi.
So you can do a little check-in while she's walking over there. Breathing, breathing, breathing.
Om Shanti, thank you so much for walking us through this. How is it different, or practicing that Kapalbhati or Anulam Vilam Pranayam? Does that have the similar effect?
I can't even necessarily answer that question really well because I'm not that familiar with pranayama. I just know that if there's tension and there's no vitality, it's going to affect everything, including breath. Our body is constructed to breathe. Why is it having trouble? Because we're blocking those mechanics. Yeah, our body has been built to breathe well and easily. And it just requires that we release it and allow it to assume that positioning. I mean, it's like your rib cage becomes a balloon rather than a lead weight. And that balloon and that lift and that lightness of the soul, I find this the most powerful thing to ensure better mechanics in the body. I mean, that's connected to your question. Because people are so stuck that if I, try and do exercise sometimes, I can't even do movement to get the body to release because there's so much tension. Yeah, and emotionally, that tension is being held. So to try and get someone to let go without the soul being comfortable and okay, yeah. So.
You're good? The dilemma about a short talk is that you don't know enough to do it, but you know enough to know you're not doing it yet, right? That's quite challenging, actually.
But that you can.
So, first, thank you to Tanya. Thank you very much. That was brilliant and fun and makes us all want to breathe right. And so let me tell you what the rest of the day is like. This was the last talk in this room. Some of you have been here all day, and you've heard a bunch of talks on everything from freedom from anger to plant-based diet to breath. And so it's been fun to be here with you. We will close this room down. We will move to the other side of the building. And actually, that program over there, which was to start at 4, is now starting at 3:30. So you can get yourself a water, use the bathroom, whatever, and then take a seat in the hall. And we will go over there, and that's where we'll finish off the day. So it's been lovely to have you with us. And yes, one more question, of course.
Do you do, what would you say, Brahma Kumari-inspired workshops and dance retreats?
I have, but maybe I should come back and do another one of spirituality in action. It's actually been one of the most spiritual retreats, interestingly, and even though we do a lot of exercise, because there's no physical per se component in Raj Yoga. Everything is actually Raj Yoga driven because who's driving this, right? So the more I improve the quality of how I function, the more this will. So, maybe that's a nice suggestion for another time to do that
Okay,
retreat.
put it on the calendar.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much. See you on the other side.
See you over there.